inside our home in Amarillo, first house we rented, and somehow or other we obtained this puppy. I don't recall just how that all came about, but cute little dog. And our cat, Fluffy, I believe the cat's name was. We got the cat from another NCO there in the area and wanted to get rid of it. Now this is Hartel's little boy, Keith. Sergeant Hartel, you remember I pointed out, is leading the column on their way to school just prior to these shots. There's Herm offering. And that is his wife. There's a dog, a stuffed animal. Wow, this is Sergeant Bobo's wife there. I can't remember her first name. There's Sergeant Bobo. Bobo was his last name. There's Corporal Scotty. I pointed him out during the parade. Tell again. And this is Sergeant Mezzadonna. This is Herm's wife. That's me. This was a Christmas party that we had at our house a few days before Christmas. I don't know whose punch bowl that was. One of either Hartel's or Bobo's. They got us borrowing for this party. And it's time to leave, I guess. Sergeant Bobo's waving goodbye. Herm is still ready to stay, looks like. He's made himself comfortable. We jumped now to either the next day or a couple of days later, still prior to Christmas. And one of the other fellows I worked with is visiting at the house. This was obviously a weekend. And his little boy, I am trying desperately to remember the name of this individual. This is he and his wife. She is expecting their second child right now, as this picture was taken. But I'm at a loss to come up with his name. This is Hartel's cat that we were cat sitting while they... This is Hartel's cat that we were cat sitting while they went away for the holidays. This cat's name was Fizzle, just a kitten. Our cat decided that she was going to totally ignore the kitten. She didn't appreciate either the cat or the dog being there, but this is our Christmas tree. Real live Christmas tree that we had that year. This is Christmas of 1956. Boots and Fluffy pose for a picture. Fluffy is not at all happy with the idea. I'm not sure whether that cat's name was Fluffy or not. I really can't remember. Here's Boots. I remember the dog's name and the rubber bone there that we'd gotten her. Now this is taken in Denver, Colorado. While I was there in the hospital. This is towards the end of my stay in Denver. I'm riding through town with one of the other patients after we were given the status that we could come and go. This is the entrance to the hospital, run by the Army. This also was at Christmas time. This is Christmas of 1957. Going down one of the streets of the Fitzsimons Army Hospital base, one of the wards. Ward D4. I believe this was the first building that I was assigned to when I arrived at the hospital. And then from there I went to Ward C6, which is this building. And from C6 I went to C1, which is this building. And then from C1 I went and had my operation in the main building, which you're looking at right now. These were all taken just before Christmas when I was allowed to go out. And I went around and took all these pictures. And from leaving surgery ward, came back to Ward B2, which is this building. Another shot of the main hospital again. And then once I was deemed cured and ready to return to society, they assigned me to Ward D2, which was the last ward I was in before I was released to go home. And this is just prior to Christmas that these films were taken. There's a shot of the main hospital, and the big windows that you can see right in the center of the picture are where the operating room is located. Here I am trying my hand at hitting a duffer ball. Oh, what form. Oh. I have never taken up the game of golf, probably because I saw these pictures, and the gallery here doesn't seem to be too impressed either. There's the old golfer. This was another fellow that was stationed, he was in the hospital with me there. His last name was D'Angelo. He was an Army sergeant. This is some more shots of downtown Denver. Some of the monuments. 10 minutes to 2 when these pictures were taken. And the temperature looks like about 40 on that thermometer. Off in the distance there, you can see the Capitol building. There it is, better shot of it. Capitol of the state of Colorado. And some more shots of downtown Denver. I believe Peyton Place was playing at the movie that day. Very risque film in its time. Colorado State Bank. Some more monuments and the Capitol Dome off in the distance there. We're back on the hospital grounds again. That was a shot of a squirrel up in the tree. This is some of my surroundings on the hospital complex. I don't know the significance. This particular building here was a Red Cross building. I did quite a bit of work for them while I was there when I was able to. Here was a squirrel up on a telephone wire. The place was overrun with squirrels. There were quite a few of them. This one's coming down in hopes of getting something to eat. Let's see if we can coax him over to the camera and I'll give him a Ritz cracker. No, it's not a Ritz cracker either. It's a regular saltine. Slowly but surely he edges his way up, grabs the cracker and runs. Well, squirrels love those crackers. I don't know what the attraction was. I can't get any of the squirrels around here to take them. This was a dog that belonged to God knows who. There's Sergeant D'Angelo with his new car that he just bought. 1957 Chevrolet. Another car that is a collector's item today. Here was a shot of one, folks. What it looked like right off the showroom floor. I'd set the camera on automatic and had it resting on something and got in this picture myself briefly. Sergeant D'Angelo totally unimpressed with the whole thing. This was another Army sergeant that was in the ward with me. And there's our friend the squirrel again, with the dog after him. Moved to this new location. This is the back of the house. Now we've got a shot of the front. Nice little place. Street. My Packard in front of the garage. Our front door. And this is looking down the street. This was sort of on the outskirts of Amarillo. And this was looking out our back door at what we saw behind us. This is Texas. The Texas Panhandle, to be specific. I put up a basketball net for the boys and got them a basketball. Never thought of putting up a backboard along with it, but they had fun with it anyway. I guess if you can learn to make baskets without a backboard, you become pretty good at the sport. Now the ball is stuck, so I had the camera on a tripod. Now the ball is stuck, so I had the camera on a tripod, so I just put it on automatic and went over and released the ball for the kids, then took it away from them. Now Steve the Magician performs his act, making Mike turn into me. Magnificent Steve. Now Mike showing his strongman prowess here, and now Steve going in one better, holding me on his shoulders. What a kid. Strength unbelievable. This is, can't tell which one that is, shitting up the clothes pole. I guess that was Steve. Yeah, here's Mike going up. Steve holding Sandy, I believe. That cat's name. It's either Sandy or Goldie, I forget. This is a kitten from the cat you saw earlier that we got when we were in Amarillo. Of course, this cat and I were strangers when I came home. The cat never did have anything to do with me. Here's Steve pulling Mike up the street in their cart. Somebody flying a kite across the street. Looks like a radio tower there in the background. Accident. Now Mike's pulling Steve up the street. This is some time photos that I took. Take a shot about every 5 seconds, something like that. That's a horny toad. Indigenous to Texas. This one was alive too. Now this is Joyce Andrazik, wife of Sergeant Andrazik, who you see right there, my wife, a fellow that was stationed with me in Albany and was assigned to Amarillo at the same time I was. This is one of his children. Gloria was expecting Debbie right there, as if you couldn't tell. This is our refrigerator, well-stocked refrigerator. Bread, other goodies. And then we move into the door and we find that wonderful Prager's beer, along with a few Cokes. Gloria's washing machine. Gloria's washing machine. Her pride and joy. Lady Kenmore. We finally got rid of the 10-inch console, or Gloria did while I was in the hospital, and got a more modern version of what was then known as television sets. That's Steve, of course, Mike, and that little girl and that little boy are part of the Andrazik family. A visit to Paladuro Canyon, which wasn't too far from Amarillo. This is a Grand